Hi guys, and welcome to Classic Garage New Zealand. Slightly different episode this one. This one we're road tripping to INVERCARGILL, bottom of the South Island, to Teretonga Park Raceway to have a look at the George Berg Festival. While we're down there, I also want to check out a few things. Areti Beach, made famous by Burt Munro and his Fast Indian, and also maybe the Transport Museum down there. It's definitely worth a look if you're in INVERCARGILL. And maybe a hardware store. Might get the old camera and a couple of in-car shots. We'll see you at Teretonga Park. Morning folks, Teretonga Park, George Berg Festival. Southland is looking at the picture. So this is a replica of Rod Millen's Mazda RX-3, the rally back in the 72-73. Brent Riley's Formula Ford, and Danny Holmes' Yardley McLaren. That car's an absolute stunner there. It's nice and tight in there. I'm pretty sure this is the genuine car. There was a bit of debate between me and my mate whether it was real or not. And these are the New Zealand touring cars that run in the New Zealand Touring Car Championship. It's called Telstar, with Radisich brand. I think they were done by Neil Allport, or built by Neil Allport. And this is the Mondeo that Paul Radisich won the 1994 World Touring Car Championship in. Heating up the oil and the water before they started. Huge amount of engineering in these cars. And they had that thing really flying. A real deal. Another one. Another Radisich one, I think. Sadly that was damaged this weekend, but just the build quality on all these cars is something else. I'm extremely lucky to be able to just walk up, open the door and stick a camera in them. The guys in the pits are always up for a yarn. Everyone loves to yarn about race cars. This is the genuine car. And Danny Holm car. This car here is in a different livery than it's raced originally, but this is the Tony Longhurst car that actually had the crash of Paul Morris, which I'm sure you probably watched on YouTube. Sadly had an engine failure. Was parked up for the rest of the weekend, but immaculate car. There's a couple of these that I don't actually know where they came from. The Diet Coke cars, obviously Paul Morris, K. Alfred Hager are on the door as well. I think the Bastos car in front of it there was actually, it was a 95 Belgian touring car champion, I think. Just so well built.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the George Berg Festival. Beautiful morning, so just hope we get a great day. Just like to remind everybody, please, that documentation and the clearances commence. And before you go out
through it.
practical things today, you must put down documentation and take a risk bag. So please go to upstairs in the sunroom.
Adjustable sway bars.
Do documentation and it must be done. You must take a risk bag on, follow the road out to your practical today.
Dennis Chapman's car. I remember actually when this first turned up in New Zealand, everyone was running older style cars for the endurance meetings in the South Island, and this thing turned up. It was a real shock to the establishment. Patrick Watts's Mazda. Pretty much original car. It's still got the original paint and everything inside it. This car's an interesting history. James Kay ran it in the British Touring Car Championships in '94, I think. Then went to Aussie and was actually Greg Murphy's first ever Bathurst ride. Him and James Kay. Was owned by Bruce Miles, and the fella that owns this car actually found it under Albany Toyota, a Toyota dealership in Auckland. Had been set for about 10 years and neglected, just as basically a parts pile really. So he's lucky enough to own this, and he's just got his hands on the sister car as well. I was talking to him. This car's actually put on a container on Tuesday after this meeting, and was it's off to the Brands Hatch for a touring car event over there. Genuine Kelvin Burt car. It's a Cosworth motor, the YB Cosworth motor, the not turbos. We think a V6 in that though, but it's back to Cosworth here. This is Aaron Black's car. We've got an in-car of this. He's a good fella too, good yarn. Drives this really well. This is actually a replica, but it's yeah, it goes extremely well. Drives it very well actually. Stunning car, this one. This is Gary Wilkinson's car. This is absolutely 100% the way it was. It's been fully restored. I'm going to do a video on this car. This is it's very impressive actually how the effort that Gary's gone to get this 100% correct. Great coat of paint on it too, which I thoroughly enjoyed. And this car is got a fairly checkered start before it even started racing. This is the Vic Lee BMW 318. There's a fairly good history after it got here as well. It's just gone back to England actually, and turned up here again. They thought they were keeping it, but Warren, good fella, he's brought it back, and it's looking probably better than it ever has, to be fair. Drives it very well as well. 001,
Here on the
first
here,
36 chassis,
DJR6.
turned into a race car. Looks stunning on film actually. John Bowery and Lance Copeland, the car owner, were using this. They cross-entered it this weekend. You'd be staggered how fast that car is in 6th gear. It's quite incredible. Possibly New Zealand's most famous here at Cosworth. Slab car. Bit of chocolate. Kiwi company as well. Whole this is Spanish car championship car actually. Nigel's Honda Accord. Beautiful presented car there.
Hey mate.
And pretty quick too, to be honest. This car's actually a replica. The sound out of this V12 was something else. And the build quality on this car is mega. He's done a massive job with this car. It looks stunning. A real mechanic's nightmare in there. Glad I'm painting them. Jeez, looks like a headache to me. Great looking car though. A wee bit different, but not actually sure what's in this. It's the Daimler engine, so maybe a Daimler Allard, maybe. I'm not actually too sure what that is. This car here was actually in the background of Brett Stevens' video. Pretty quick old car. This thing does 11 second quarter miles. Braver than I am. This is the Lycoming. This has got a Lycoming aeroplane engine in it. Runs a Studebaker gearbox. All hand built by good old New Zealand know-how. Polished aluminium body on it. Bruce McLaren's actually looking at that. road registered in this country, the old number plate. Back in the day when you could literally register anything. Very iconic car out here in New Zealand, this one. Massive New Zealand history. Could be wrong, but I think they made one in New Zealand Grand Prix. Pretty tidy Engware. Not many of them left. Same with the GT Falcon. The Rapid Fit Mondeo. Wasn't being used this weekend, it was having the engine done on it, all parked up. And Brian Stokes' Sierra 80 Escort Cosworth, sorry. The ex-Francois Delacour Daniel Graveloop car, built Williamsport back in period. Remember when this car first turned up here as well, with Brian Stokes running it. It was a bit of a big deal, still is a big deal to be fair. I doubt there's many of these in the country. That's a mud, that car. No number plates on it, so I don't know if it's how many Ks are on it. This is the genuine car, the Ludwig Needfits Texaco Sierra. Lives at the bottom of the South Island. I'm not sure if it gets used a lot, but it beautiful car nonetheless. Really do enjoy the historic touring car stuff. Yeah, real stunner. This is the Porsche 919. It's actually a dummy car, a show car. Still pretty cool to have this thing living in New Zealand as well. And on casters. 356. Iconic New Zealand race cars from back in the day. Pretty famous car, this one. Beautifully restored as well. The quality of the cars here this weekend were nothing short of exceptional, even that. Bit of a quiver. Beautiful little Alpha. It was well driven this weekend. Jordan Mitchell's was in that, he drove that really well. Pretty famous Mini in New Zealand, driven by Angus Fogg. There's Angus in the background, showing us how much accelerator he's jamming down. Rapid car there. Nice GT Viva. Always been a fan of those. This Mustang was immaculate as well. Really, really tidy car. Credit to the guy that built that. Another immaculate little Mini. Another wide body Alpha. This green thing down the end here was an Alfa Romeo. It was 2.6 litre V8 quad cam. So this is the Begg. This is what the festival's all about. The guy that built these cars, George Berg, run by Jim Murdoch back in the day. Beautiful car. been a bad view back in period with racing with a few others. It was out doing demonstration laps.
Outstanding.
This was a stunning car actually, really well restored, looked after. Just sitting there. Really does amaze you at the engineering that these guys used to do back in the day. And yet another Begg. Quite a different shaped car. David Oxton was running this for a couple of demonstration laps in Teretonga this weekend. It's in Begg pink, I think they call that colour. It's running carburetors instead of the injection setup.
Yeah. Each side. Oh, radiator piping. It's got a matching keen. Another Begg. I don't know if I'd fit in any of these, mate. Actually, you got your phone.
Yeah.
Oh. Another Begg. This one's fairly early, I'd say, but look at this. It's got a rego sticker from New Zealand, 1969-70 registration sticker. Registered for the road, holy heck. Lordy. And Joe Schlester's McLaren.
B4A.
Tell you what, they're all little people. Denny Holmes Yardley McLaren. Big Cosworth. So good to be so close to these cars. Rollies Formula Ford. Rod Millen's RX3. everybody, George Berg Festival done and dusted. What a stellar weekend that was. Congratulations to the Southland Car Club. Teretonga Park was looking an absolute picture. I haven't been down there for years, and it really was looking good. And also congratulations to Scott O'Donnell and his crew down there for putting on an absolute mega weekend. The cars, the people, the hospitality, the laughs, just a great weekend all around. The next one's a biannual event, so April 2025 is the next one, an Italian theme. So you've got a couple of years to get yourself organised, get your Italian cars going, and then get yourself down there. Teretonga Park in INVERCARGILL, great place. So we'll see you in the next one.